Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about chord progressions, how to write effective chord progressions, and the most important thing that we know when we're doing this is what key we're in. So I've brought up a piano. You might think, oh, key, I don't know what that means, or is it really that important? I promise you this is the most important thing you need to know, and you need to know your key, whichever key you choose, like the back of your hand, to do well in your compositions. Because if you know what key you're in, you will know what chords you can play. You will know where you can move to and change key to. If you don't think about that or do the research now at this point, at the early stages, you will struggle massively later on. And so we're going to be spending a lot of time in lessons talking about the keys that we're in, and we're going to be spending a lot of time. And I've also thought I'd make a video now, a sort of helpful video to help you. Most importantly, I'm going to start off with showing you what a scale is. Now, a scale, we talk about the major scale, you've heard it probably before, is a ladder of notes, if you like, a ladder. I'm going up the ladder and I'm going down the ladder. I could do, that was the key of C, this is a C here, but if I could do D, it would be a slightly different arranged set of notes. Do the key of E, and this scale will help me build chords from it. So first thing we need to do is to pick a key that we're going to use, and then we need to know what chords come from it. So I'm going to stick to C major to start off with, and to build a chord I'm going to play the first note, C, I'm going to skip a note and I'm going to play E, and then I'm going to skip a note and I'm going to play G. Okay, and if I play those three notes together, I get a chord. It doesn't have to be played like this. I could play, instead of playing C, E and G, I could play E, G and C. Or I could play G, C and E. Or any combination, I could play C down here, for example. I could play E here, for example, and then if I can stretch, if I played those three, that's still a C chord because I'm playing C, E and G. So you don't have to stick to these kind of these voicings that you learnt when you were doing key stage 3 in year 7, 8 and 9. So if I play C, and the C major scale is all the white notes, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And now if I play the chord, it's C, E and G. This is the first note of that scale. The second note is D, and I can do that same pattern by skipping a note and playing a note, skipping a note, playing a note and skipping a note, and I get a D minor chord. The 2 chord, we call this is the 1 chord, C major, is a major chord, it's a happy sounding chord. The 2 chord is usually always minor in a major key. The 3 chord is E minor, it's a minor chord. And then you have F, and you have G, and you have A minor, and then you have a weird chord called B diminished, and then you have C. So these are the 7 chords in the key of C. C major, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, and then C. Notice when I play a major chord I just call it C, or F, or G, but I have to specify when it's a minor chord, like A minor, or D minor, or E minor. Okay? Now if I make any random combination of these notes and play them, for example, for a bar's worth, I will get a chords in the key, I will get a song in the key of C. So I'll start off with C, and then I might go to F, then I might go to A minor, G. And so that was C, F, A minor, G, and I could play that on top of my drum beat and see how it sounds. I'm going to take this down to 100. Well, I'll say 100. Should we say that to start off with? There you are. There we go. Okay. That sounds alright, doesn't it? That sounds okay. I'm going to quantize that. Control A, and then I played quarter notes here, you'll notice, played on beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, so I don't need to quantize to 8th notes, but I could. Probably I didn't play that badly out of time, but I will quantize to quarter notes. idea. So I played C, a C chord there, and then the second bar was F, and then the third bar was A minor, and the fourth bar was G. And as long as I stick to having, where's my instrument? As long as I stick to notes and chords that are in the key of C, I'm going to be okay. It's going to sound nice in the key of C. For my chorus section, I might decide to do it in a different key. I might decide to do it in a different. Use a different order of those notes, sorry, not a different key, although you may choose to do that. So you may decide to do, for example, A minor, E minor, F, C, and I don't have to just change chord every bar, I could change twice in a bar. So let's put that in and say that's going to be the chorus. Let me program that in. Pretty cool, and I'll make a note of what these are. But there we go. There's my chorus pattern for my chorus chord progression: A minor, E minor, F, and then C, G. In the last bar, I sped up how fast I changed chord, and that works quite nicely. I could then repeat that. And that's absolutely fine. Now the thing you want to be careful of is just knowing that we don't want every single one of you to write a song in the key of C. And actually writing in the key of C can be a bit boring. So you can change key, but that will start using some of the black keys. It's nothing to worry about though. For example, the key of G major, this is G here, has one sharp in it, and this is something you just pick up from memory, but there's a reason for it. But the sharp is F sharp. So if I play G, I've got A, B, C, D, E, and instead of playing F, I play F sharp, G. And once you know the key of G and you're aware of that F sharp, you can now start working out what the chords are. So if I'm in the key of G, G would be my one chord. A minor, because the next note is A, would be my two chord, A, C, and E, played together. When it gets to the B chord, whereas in the key of C this was a B diminished because of this F here, we couldn't play it. We don't play F, we play F sharp, and this gives us a B minor chord. So the 3 chord in the key of G major, the chord built off the 3rd degree, is B minor. So we've got G, we've got A minor, we've got B minor, we've then got C. No F's to worry about there. When we get to D, the 5 chord, it's an important chord, is going to have F sharp in it. That's D, F sharp, and A. And in the key of C, it was D, F, and A. That's a D minor chord. But this is in the key of G, we've got a D major chord. Then we've got an E. What have we got? I've lost track of where we are. Yeah, we've got E minor, and then we've got a chord called F sharp diminished, which is made by playing the F sharp, and then you skip a note, you're skipping that G, you're playing A, and then you're skipping a note, and then you're playing a C. So we've got F sharp diminished, and then we're back to G. So these are the chords in the key of G major. And so if I'm writing a song in the key of G major, I have to be aware that that F sharp is in there. Otherwise, you're going to create some chords that don't go well, they don't fit well together. If you're in the key of D major, you've got 2 sharps to worry about. You've got F sharp and you've got C sharp. There will be a helpful page in your booklet that tells you which key it is. Don't use C all the time. Once you've got used to C, move on. You stretch yourself to try and get used to some keys that have some sharps in or some flats in, because it will make your chord progression. It will make your pieces sound different. It will push you into a different way of playing. And so key signatures are really, really important. Once you've got used to it, we'll spend some time getting used to that in lessons, and just talk to me or Mrs. Maguire. Talk to us about what is your key, what do you need to know about your key, which notes are you able to play. And then start learning all the chords in your key if you can. So there's only 7 of them. It's not a hard thing to do, to learn off by heart those 7 chords. It will help you greatly in all of your compositions.